Hello, I'm Landon.
I'm Madison.
And welcome back to another video of Madland Creations. So today we're kind of doing something different. We recently just went to downtown Disney in California, and we thought we'd make a video about, 4 things you really should know before going down there. Yeah. Especially if, you're from far away, or even if you're in California and going down there for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, just things you should know, especially with, everything that's going on and all the new stuff. It's just
good to know, right? So basically, in downtown Disney, well, in California, they recently opened up downtown Disney and the entrance to California Adventure. So we'll be going over 4 things that you really want to know before heading down there, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and
get started.
We're gonna get started and talk about the number 1 thing that we think is the most important thing, which is going to be...
Number 1 is be prepared to wait.
So this is probably one of the reasons why we wanted to make this video, is because unlike before where you could just walk into downtown Disney, go eat, go shop, do what you want, you can't really do that anymore, right? It's kind of like...
there's definitely a lot of, I guess the word is there's a process for everything now.
Yeah, so basically, like I said, you can't just walk in. When you get to the park, or when you get to downtown Disney, you kind of have to wait as soon as you get there. There's going to be a line to get even into the parking lot, and once you get into the parking lot and park, there may be a line to get into downtown Disney. Now this can range depending on the day you go.
The time you go.
The time you go as well. It differs between if you go in the morning or
even weekday, weekend.
Right. Also, once you get into the downtown Disney area, pretty much everything is a wait list. So whether you if you want to go eat, or if you want to shop, the more popular places like World of Disney, or even the Star Wars Trading Post, you have to either use a mobile wait list, or you do a standby queue, which is going to basically consist of a QR code which you have to scan with your phone. So we wanted to emphasize this the most, is just be patient, be prepared to wait, because you're gonna have to wait no matter what. Whether you, like I said,
you're waiting in line to just get your, get your bag checked. You're waiting to go to the store. It's just, there's so many waits that are in place right now, just because there's just so many people and they can only have a certain amount of people in.
Yeah, and you don't want to be frustrated. Just kind of know what you're getting yourself into when you go, because we did not expect when we walked in, there's such a high demand right now just to go into downtown Disney, not even in the parks really. So
from our experience, we went on a weekday.
We went on a Friday.
First day, we went on a Friday. We got there around 11:30, and there was waits, but it wasn't bad. We got to do a lot of different things.
But you still had to wait.
You still had to wait. However, then we went the following day, Saturday night, and that was around 6. And we waited just an hour and a half just to get into downtown Disney. It wasn't even like we were inside doing something. We just had to wait to get in. So, like we said before, the time, the day, everything comes into play when you're going to downtown Disney right now. And just to emphasize, you just gotta be patient. You just gotta wait.
Yep. All right. Well.
All right.
Let's
moving on to number 2.
Number 2 most important thing that you should know before going, which is
know what's open and not open.
So this is something that also is different when you go to downtown Disney, because normally when you go, everything is open. But we do recommend using the Disneyland app, because it does tell you what is open not only in downtown Disney, but in Buena Vista Street as well, now that is open. Also, you have to be aware of California's guidelines with COVID, because California has pretty much a tiering system of what's open, how many things can be open at once, how many people can be in a store, indoor, outdoor. So this changes week to week, or even month by month. So when we went, it actually just went down a tier, which means that California got worse, which means that there was no more indoor dining. So you kind of have to not only use the Disneyland app and see what is open, but you also have to see California guidelines, specifically Orange County guidelines, and know what is going to be open and how capacity works in that county. So
I'm trying to think like what wasn't open. I think Splitsville wasn't open.
Splitsville wasn't open, which is kind of sucks because that's like our favorite restaurant. Tortilla Joe's was open, but the restaurant before it is not open. So basically, you just got to know because you might be disappointed if you walk in. Also, once you go to Buena Vista, not everything is open there. Even if you go to Award Wieners, there's only like a limited menu. So you don't really know what to expect when you're walking in unless you kind of research in advance. So
so I mean, just know what's open.
Know what's open, do your research before you go. Because like I said, it differs. You can go 1 week and it may change the next week. So,
All right, on to number 3.
Number 3, most important, or the third most important thing.
So third thing is how to get into the stores and dining. So we kind of touched on this in the first one with waiting. So like Landon was saying, like all the stores normally have they have you wait in a queue. So you'll go up to the store, scan the QR code. It tells you how many parties are ahead of you, and it'll send you a text before you can go into the store, when to get back in line, I guess.
Disney's pretty good about it because they'll send you one text saying that you're in the waiting list, and then there's also a second text you get saying that you basically have an hour window to come back once you get that second text message. So if you're eating or if you're in a store, you don't have to rush. You have 1 hour time frame to come back and wait in that line. So now just be aware that just because you get that text message doesn't mean you're going to get in, for example, to Buena Vista right there. You still have to wait in a line to get in. So just know about that. And like I said, use the Disneyland app because it will show you exactly what is open at the time that you're in. And it works basically like how you're in the park. If you're in downtown Disney, it will say, like for example, if you're trying to go to La Brea Bakery, it will have their time, and then it will also have their menu if you would like to look at their menu, because obviously there's no menus, everything is over the phone. So make sure you download the app, and if you don't have an iPhone, download a QR code app. That way you can scan those QR codes. So
they run solely off those usually.
And make sure if you want to eat somewhere, make a reservation, because you're not going to be able to get into a restaurant without making a reservation. I went on a week and a half before, and there was literally one time for one restaurant available. So if you want to go and you know you're going, make sure you make a reservation, or else you're going to be disappointed and not going to be able to eat at some of the great restaurants that Downtown Disney has.
All right. On to the last.
The fourth most important thing that we think you need to know before going to Downtown Disney.
And that is the best time to go.
So we also kind of touched on this as well, but I just want to say it from the very beginning: do not go at nighttime. If this is the first time you're gonna go back to Downtown Disney, do not go at nighttime, because you are gonna be very disappointed in what is available and the crowd levels for Downtown Disney.
Yeah, I'd say the same. I think that the first time, like the first night we went, or the first day when we went on a Friday, when we got there around 11:30, I think it was like perfect.
It was perfect, yeah.
I mean, from 11 to 3 o'clock, we got to do everything. I mean, yeah, we did have to wait. We did have to stand in lines and wait in the QR queues, but it was the best time because we got to do everything, and it wasn't hour-long waits. And we walked basically right into Downtown Disney at that time around 11:30. So I would say that the weekdays and like mid-morning to 3 p.m. are the best times. I would say after 3 p.m. okay, it probably starts to pick up a little more, but by 5 o'clock, I mean, there's already lines forming just to get into Downtown Disney. So I would say weekdays mid-morning till about 3 p.m. is like the best time frame to go.
Yeah, because we went the very next day on a Saturday, and we had a dinner reservation at 8 p.m. but we got there just to be safe at 5:30. And like I said earlier, there's a line to get into the parking lot and a line to stand outside just to get into Downtown Disney, which in total took about an hour and a half to get into the park, into Downtown Disney. Now,
but not only that, so we waited an hour and a half to get into Downtown Disney that night. But then we did want to shop at a couple more stores, but they had already reached capacity for the night. Like they weren't even letting people go into standby lines. They weren't doing any QR like wait time. they were completely booked out and you couldn't even get to the store. So I would say especially if this is your first time going, do not wait to go at nighttime, because you might not even have a chance to shop because there's just so many people already waiting in the queue that they've cut off completely.
Yeah,
so.
You're just going to be disappointed. There was a 3-hour wait for every single store to go in. Luckily, we already went into the stores the day before, but like I said, I know it's better on the weekend. People are probably off, and the Christmas vibes, they're
and at nighttime, everything's all lit up.
But
it's so nice.
It's just, you're not going to be able to do what you want to do at nighttime, because even as soon as you walk in, I was confused because there was no stands for the QR scanners, and the cast members kind of didn't know what was going on either. So
yeah, it was a bit weird. Like,
just avoid nighttime as much as you can, unless you already have a dinner reservation, and that's really all you're doing, because as far as the shopping goes, you really don't know what you're going to be getting yourself into.
Right.
As regards to that, so
yeah. So I mean, I think that those all kind of tied together. So just to recap.
So number 1, most important thing.
Be prepared to wait.
Be prepared to wait. Number 2.
Know what's open and not open when you go.
And number 3.
How to get into the stores and dining.
And number 4.
Best time to go.
Great. So those are the 4 most important things that we think that you guys need to know before going to Downtown Disney. And one other thing that I want to mention is, obviously this is pretty much known, but just we want to emphasize, be safe, wear your masks at all times,
keep your distance,
because there are those people who just kind of aren't aware of their surroundings. They'll bump into you, they have their mask over or just on their chin. So obviously safety is the number 1 priority for us and Disney. So you just want to make sure, because these things wouldn't happen unless everyone followed the rules. So we just want to re-emphasize that and make sure that we're having fun and we're being safe. So yeah,
I feel like we covered it all.
Yeah, so if you like this type of video, let us know. We're huge Disney fans, if you haven't noticed. But yeah, we just wanted to but we just wanted to give out this little quick informational video about Downtown Disney and its reopening, since it's new to all of us, all of our Disney fans out there. So yeah, if that's all, right?
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll be back with another video soon.
Bye.
Bye.